I can.
Love me some Ryzen for my last 2 PCs.
It's the last rebuild. I've only ever done one Intel build.
I've been team AMD for a long time, even when they suck. What's up, Doc?
I did the FX chip.
By the way, if you don't know, I'm a doctor.
With nonsense.
Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Welcome, and thank you all for joining us today. It is so good to have so many of you here with us in Austin. This is our first live product launch in a couple of years. And also, welcome to all of you who are joining us online.
That's
we have
us.
some great new products to show you today. So, you know, at AMD, we're all about high performance and adaptive computing and using our technology to create solutions that solve the world's most challenging problems. And from cloud services to 5G networks to AI,
they're
to
touching
automotive,
everyone,
PCs,
Aaron.
and much, much more.
I bet.
We're really touching everyone.
They're like Blizzard.
In terms of touching billions of people every single day. Now, today marks the beginning of an exciting new chapter for AMD. Over the next several quarters, we're going to introduce 4 new architectures to the market. And that's across more than a dozen products. So it's really just an incredible pace of innovation. It's more than we've ever done before. And we're going to start today with our new Zen 4 core that spans from high-end servers to
Navi
desktop
3's on the
PCs to
screen.
notebook PCs. We're going to also talk a little bit about our upcoming RDNA 3 gaming graphics architecture, which will bring another significant increase in performance and performance per watt for the most demanding gamers. And our Zen 4 C core, that's optimized.
Can it play last epoch, you know, over
as
60
well as
frames?
Our next-gen AMD XDNA
Finally.
architecture that we're also all looking great and on track to launch in 2023. Now, at AMD, we love the PC, and we especially love all of
they
the
were just
PC
building for a
gamers
future
and enthusiasts
machine.
around the world who push us to continue to build the best possible for CPUs and GPUs. We've been focused on delivering just outstanding experiences with our combination of hardware and software. And we're partnered with the world's top OEMs to deliver innovative new form factors and new system designs. So today is all about our next generation of Ryzen processors that will push the envelope for gamers, creators, and enthusiasts.
That's me in
Let's
all
go ahead and
3.
get started. Now, for our next generation Ryzen CPUs, we set very ambitious goals. You know that about AMD. We wanted to make the Ryzen 7000 series the fastest CPU for gamers while delivering the most compute for creators. We focused on a new CPU core design that combines both leadership performance and leadership energy efficiency.
Like,
And
are they
we
going to
also
do
wanted
RISC?
to take a big step forward with an all-new desktop platform that scales into the future.
AM4?
So to deliver on all these goals, the Ryzen 7000 series is the first 5-nanometer CPU for desktop PCs. Ryzen 7000 is both extremely performant and also extremely power efficient. And it has an all-new AM5 platform that supports the latest I/O and memory technologies.
PCI Express
including
5.
Gen 5, as well as DDR5. So it all starts with our new Zen 4 core. Our designers have done it again. We've exceeded our performance goals for Zen 4, and that allows us to deliver leadership core performance.
Dark Swift, not yet. Next gen.
This year, we estimated that Zen 4 would deliver an 8 to 10%
3 nanometers
in IPC.
ridiculous. That means they already have it. They're just not giving it to us.
And I'm extremely excited to say today that as we
release
optimize the
things.
product for production, we now see 13% more IPC in desktop applications. Now, we also designed Zen 4 for high clock speed. So from a frequency standpoint, we've increased the frequency at the top of the stack to 5.7 gigahertz. That's 800 megahertz higher than we did in Ryzen 5000.
They've never been able to break 5.
Ryzen 7000.
Well, they had one that did 5, but it came with liquid cooled. Remember the FX chip?
Compared to Ryzen 5000.
It took like 240 watts.
Huge performance increases.
30% increase per thread compared to last gen.
Now let's look at our top of stack Ryzen 9 7950X. We have 16 cores, 32 threads, up to 5.7 gigahertz boost, an 80 megabyte cache, and 170 watt TDP envelope, the 7950X is simply going to be the best CPU for gamers and for creators.
Where's last epoch at on here?
So let's take a look at some of the performance. If you look at the performance in 1080p gaming compared to the 5950X, the 7950X delivers on average 15% more performance across a range of popular games. And that comes from the single thread.
That's from their
increases.
old top stack.
Now, for creators, the combination of our Zen 4 core and our AM5 platform delivers on average more than 40% compared to the 5950X. And that's where you really see the content creation capabilities come alive. Now, let's compare to the competition. You can see that the Ryzen 7950X is the fastest CPU in the world. In 1080p gaming, the 7950X is faster than the competition across a wide range of games. And for creators, the 7950X delivers up to 62% more compute performance.
But you got to remember, the new 13 series i9 900 is not on there. They're not comparing this to the new Raptor Lake.
Time-lapse demo of the popular 3D modeling and simulation software V-Ray running a built-in gaming benchmark, rendering benchmark. And on the right side is the 7950X, and the left is the competition. As the demo completes, we see that the 7950X scores over 30,000. That's 62% higher than the competition. Now, this is a tremendous increase.
Maybe that's because it's not going to be in the same price point as this chip.
Enabling them to spend more time
this chip's going to be $800
and less time waiting for their images to render. But there's another very important thing about this demo. Not only does the 7950X deliver 62% higher performance, it achieves this performance at 47% better performance per watt.
Now that's huge from an overclocking perspective too. You could push that energy back into the chip.
And energy efficiency really highlights why we're so excited for gamers, enthusiasts, and creators.
Gamers Nexus is already planning with the 7950, their nitrogen cooled. Try to push it to like, I don't know, something insane.
In addition to the 7950X, we're also announcing 3 more Ryzen 7000.
That's what I want, my 7900.
Ranging from the 12-core 7900X to our 8-core and 6-core 7700X and 7600X. And these will all bring the leadership.
Look at the difference on 79 to 7950. A couple cores, almost the same clock speed.
Now, in fact,
almost the same cache.
Across this stack, what you see is that all 4 of our new Ryzen 7000 CPUs deliver faster single-thread performance in Geekbench than the competition. And as everyone knows, faster single-thread performance is great for gaming.
Yep.
So let's take a look at our mainstream 7600X and how that compares to the competition. Here you can see the Ryzen 7600X on the right and the competition on the left, both running F1 2022. And while you
look
see
up really
smooth
quick what an
gameplay
i9 12900 costs right now.
The 7600X consistently delivers significantly higher frames per second. In fact, by the end of the benchmark, what you'll see is that the 7600X is actually 11% faster. That's our mainstream price point against the competition's best.
$569.
Now, if you look across a broader set of games,
$570 for an i9 12900 right now.
On average 5% faster.
Yeah, $569 on average.
And that's really, when you look at it, just
and what she's saying is the worst of the stack of their new CPUs beats it by 11%.
We're so excited about Zen 4 and how it really is the fastest core in the world for gamers.
Wow.
Now, to tell you a bit more about the leadership Zen 4 core design, let me bring AMD
if
CEO
Intel
Dr.
actually was innovative for like the period that they were on top, instead of just like coasting.
Thank you, Lisa.
But we got to see what Raptor Lake does. That's the new 13 series of their i9.
Right.
That's coming out this year too, I think.
It was a decade ago that we launched the design effort of our first Zen processor, starting the whole Zen family. And we set a goal to return AMD to sustained high-performance CPU delivery. In each new CPU generation, we've launched first with our Ryzen desktop, where our gaming and content creation customers really thrive on performance. When Zen 4 debuted in 2017, it just disrupted the industry with the significant
I think it's September.
IPC, performance, and energy gains that we were able to deliver. Zen 2.
Oh, shipping now.
Really brought the 7 nanometer, an incredible compute efficiency.
The internet, see if
and
you can
then
buy
Zen 3 with its grounds up new architecture, delivering impressive high performance leadership. And now I could not be more excited than to introduce our new generation of Zen for Ryzen desktop products. Zen 4 continues our tradition of delivering new CPU performance that delivers high performance right on schedule. The result gives desktop users the generational high performance they need and have come to expect from AMD Ryzen CPUs.
Not on their website.
On schedule,
maybe there's a way to pre-order it.
Delivery has enabled AMD to become a trusted supplier.
It's not on the AMD website.
Zen 4 delivers again. Let me spend the next.
They could be delivering maybe for like pre-production. So like, you know, like you walk into a store and buy a desktop.
Both design improvements
could be shipping to manufacturers.
The 5 nanometer
or distributors.
Edge technology node.
Yeah. The OEMs.
We have several architecture and technology improvements compared to Zen 3. I'm pleased to share that Zen 4 brings a significant instruction per clock uplift, 13%. We've added a new front-end design.
Gamers Nexus are jumping up and down right now.
Probably has one already. Probably like hand-delivered it.
We have
Please delid this and tell us what you can do.
Instruction support
He actually probably does have one already.
AVX 512.
Or 2.
And lastly, we leveraged the most cutting-edge process node along with AMD design efficiencies.
These companies look at him like free R&D.
And energy efficiency.
Dark Swift in the comments. Now you could mine Ethereum with no GPU. Thanks, Zen 4.
Always the first measure of a new CPU microarchitecture because it's always starts with how efficiently a processor can get the job done at each clock tick. That's IPC, instruction per clock. You know, I'm often asked if we used up all the tricks in the book for CPU performance, or is there still levers at the ready for our ongoing roadmap? And you all know the answer. At AMD, we thrive on innovation. And you see that persist in each generation delivery across our Zen roadmap. Zen 4 brings a geomean of 13% instruction per clock improvement using typical desktop applications. And let's break that down. This 13% improvement versus Zen 3 is a geomean. So we are looking at 22 representative workloads across gaming, content creation, computational benchmarks that we show.
13% is the average.
And as we did in the transition from Zen 2 to Zen 3.
Does that say Prime on the very right?
To show you
Prime.
a holistic view of how the desktop workloads respond to the changes we've made in the core. I'm also pleased to show that many of the gaming workloads really demonstrate a disproportionately larger set of gains in Zen 4, and that, again, corresponds to the design changes we made. Our cumulative IPC improvement over that Zen era, over that 4 generations, demonstrates our relentless focus on core performance because it's delivered a 235% IPC gain over that
The new
period.
architecture just set them on fire.
On core
I know. This whole Ryzen 1, followed by a year later Ryzen 2. Ryzen 2 was huge. That's when they started just crushing market share.
Well,
with Zen 3,
they might not have been the absolute best for gaming, but they were the best for everything else.
They were the all-around chip.
They were in all the benchmarks that mattered for creation. They were on top.
Most of the improvements coming from the front end and branch.
The J's 2 cents would be like, if you do literally anything else with your computer, buy AMD.
Increasing the capability of more instructions per cycle. We grew the op cache over 1.5x to increase the hit rate and deliver more ops per cycle. The load store has improvements and a larger L2, a doubling of the L2, provide critical data faster, leading to that overall 13% IPC.
I wonder how long this stream will be.
AMD has also long supported the advanced vector extensions in X86. And in Zen 4, we're excited to add support for AVX 512. When going to such a wide vector,
there's going to be some demonstration or something.
Very careful design consideration to avoid impacting the performance.
So it'll be at the end of the stream,
of those wide
availability and price probably.
So what we did with Zen 4 is we implemented using a double pumping of a 256-bit data width. And that is really to design in such a way that you avoid large frequency fluctuations when you have such switching activity with 512-bit workloads being executed.
Up high.
Using AVX512, we see up to a 1.3x improvement of 32-bit precision floating point inferencing operations. And that's versus, of course, our previous Zen 3 generation. And with this kind of capability, we can target heavy lifting HPC workloads as well, like molecular simulation, ray tracing, physics,
game engines,
simulators,
right,
and the like. As part of adding support for AVX512 implementation, we added extensions for convolutional neural nets with the vector neural net instructions, VNNI. In desktop applications, the Ryzen 7000 series with VNNI support and the Ent8 approximate math format delivers a 2.5x improvement over Ryzen 5000 series CPUs. It's a huge speed up for applications like image processing and natural language processing. Now let's take a look at the overall performance and performance per watt gains. Our decades-long relationship with TSMC and our EDA partners continues with 5 nanometer. We operate in a deep design technology co-optimization partnership.
Where's Intel at? 12 nanometer, 10 or something?
That the design and the
We're
process
talking coming out with 3 next gen.
Harmoniously together to deliver performance and efficiency gains, and that they're highly manufacturable. In Zen 4, the
Clear
result
that
was
a UFO crashed directly into the AMD headquarters, and they reverse engineered it.
Frequency beyond the baselines, the device scaling, the device capacitance, and the metal stack, making significant contributions to overall Zen 4 performance. In addition to design leverage to further improve compute efficiency
like usual here for the gameplay.
The logic and cache area
gameplay tonight.
Zen 5 allowed us to further reduce the die area over Zen 3 by 18%.
AMD live stream for their new tech.
And
Sit back, enjoy.
A 50-layer telescoping metal stack has been co-optimized to deliver both high frequency and high density routing capability. The partnership around design and process delivers leadership efficiency for Zen 4. We continue our commitments to energy efficiency and high performance with every generation. The technology improvements include a 20% reduction in device capacitance, along with design improvements, really as a key enabler here. Zen 4 and desktop socket brings a 62% lower power at the same performance,
crazy.
or 49% more performance at the same power compared to Zen 3. AMD is committed to high performance with sustainability, reducing the environmental impact of our high performance processors. And this is quickly becoming a rising criteria across our customer base. The impact of Zen 4 and Ryzen 7000 series is fully evident in the performance gains. You look at the same across the TDP range here. The leadership in 5 technology is a part of the reason we can deliver such huge gains. And of course, it's amplified by the IPC gains. And look at the 65-watt TDP. That's where N5 shines. We've really been able to deliver those IPC gains without compromising on power. Tremendous advantage. We've doubled down on our implementation efficiency, getting to a finer grain level of power optimization than ever before.
I have a feeling he's reading.
And the power improvements at the lower
I think he's
power,
trying
like
to recall.
65-watt TDP are where
Is his eyes moving?
Is in the sweet spot. This means we deliver compelling performance at low
like
TDP,
black holes.
Incentivizing customers to
He's
save
like a
power
shark.
and take advantage of efficient, cool, and quiet systems for leading-edge performance.
Dark Swift in
5
chat.
years
Public
ago,
speaking
when
is
we
not
announced the
his
first
strong
generation of
point.
Zen, I showed you that we were advantaged in area and power versus our competitors' X86 CPU.
Black eyes.
Well, we
With all
continue,
his
in fact,
eyes.
we've grown that advantage. The AMD Zen 4
How many people
core
you think are
plus
watching
L2
this?
complex is about 50% smaller than the
I don't know,
competition.
50, 60,000?
That's a choice.
No.
We chose to optimize both high performance and power efficiency. Rather than just
22,000.
throwing power and area at the problem,
not close,
we've
but
been able at AMD to achieve a balance of high frequency design that is power efficient using our
Show me the new
technology and our technology
GPUs.
application. The end result.
But you don't
is a
like the Zen
leadership
4.
CPU with
I
significantly
do like the
better
Zen 4.
performance per watt of energy.
I feel like I already know which one I want.
In a much
Look at that.
smaller area. Going forward, we continue our focused execution on X86 CPU roadmap. We plan on
2024.
the Ryzen 7000 series desktop processor.
Actually, the way that looks, it could be the end of 2023
intensive workloads, as you've already seen.
if it's
in
to
our previous
scale.
generation Vcache.
Doubt it
Our
is.
Zen 4C, it's a compact density that's an addition. It's a new swim lane to our cores roadmap, and it delivers the identical functionality of Zen 4 at about half of the core area. And that'll be coming out in the first half of 2023 in our server lineup. This core is workload optimized for applications that don't need to run at the highest frequency and can deliver.
In case you're curious, the Intel i9-12900K is a 10 nanometer CPU.
New grounds up core.
It's 10. Intel's still on 10.
Okay, what's its wattage?
I don't know. I don't have it up. It's huge though. They just keep injecting more power into the chip. That's why normally it's like night and day difference.
Well, it's only 65 watts, man.
Focus on our Zen CPU roadmap, consistently on schedule.
Yeah, it's only 65 watts
per thread
versus the in total.
AMD R&D execution excellence.
It's a cooler chip
remain
apparently.
Focused on
versus the 170 watts.
For our customers.
Was it 5.7?
Generation of designs.
That's a lot.
That is a lot.
With 5 nanometer.
170 is a lot better than the 240 that came before it just hit 5.
And that was on that will not only bring performance
Boost.
leadership,
that wasn't. I don't believe that was its
at a fraction
base
of the
clock.
power consumption of the competition. And I'll repeat a phrase I've said many times over the years. There will be no let up in AMD innovation. Zen 4 and Ryzen 7000 series is a shining example of high performance leadership delivered with an energy efficiency that our society wants and simply requires going forward. Thank you. Thank you, and I'd like to introduce David McAfee.
Is it the 90 FX 9500 or something like that?
About
next
the AM5
gen enthusiast desktop platform. Or I'll take this. McAfee, get out of here. I don't want that crap on my computer.
Thanks, everyone. I'd like to dive a little bit deeper into the platform that surrounds all of the innovation that Mark just talked about. Let's start by taking a look back for a moment on the AM4 platform.
It was 220
and reflecting on what an incredible feat of engineering it represents. First introduced in September
on Max
of
Boost,
2016,
it's a 4.7.
and now nearly 6 years later,
that was on the
still going
FX
strong.
series.
With AM4, we made a promise to maintain a stable platform, which gave users the confidence that they could buy today and upgrade their system over time, while keeping the platform consistent.
That was 32 nanometer.
Incredible innovation into the socket. Innovation like 5 different CPU architectures across 4 process nodes, leading the market with next-generation I/O capabilities like PCI 4, and industry-first advances like chiplet architecture and 3D Vcache. Now, with over 125 processor models introduced and more than 500 motherboards, AM4 has transformed the expectations of desktop enthusiasts.
Intel's in so
As we
much
turn
trouble.
our focus
I
to the
really
next
think that.
generation of Ryzen desktops, our
They
goal
waited too
of
long
creating
to
a
push.
platform
You know where
that
they
grows
crush
with
though?
you
They crush on
remains
like cell
consistent.
phone chips and stuff
Beginning
like
with
that.
the
The stuff that
7000
isn't
series
like as
processors,
they make tons
powered
of
They started
by the
diversifying.
industry-leading
That's
Zen
what they
4
started doing,
core.
building for other
The
things. They
AM5
gave up.
platform brings a new level of capability.
Unless the next chip does
built
something.
ready for the future. It all starts with a new 17-18-pin LGA socket designed to handle the next generation high-speed IOs while making installation easier for the end user.
5.
We've expanded the socket power delivery to 230 watts to allow our Zen 4 processors to unlock the maximum all-core performance in the most demanding creator and gaming workloads, while still delivering clear leadership in performance per watt and power efficiency. AM5 is a platform that's built for the future with next-generation technologies like DDR5 and
Darkswift,
PCI
you want to see that VR next
sure
coming,
that
the
your
VR
build
section.
today meets your growing needs for years to come. And we've also designed a platform to leverage the best of our existing ecosystem, maintaining compatibility between today's diverse selection of AM4 coolers and our next generation AM5 platform. Every PC build is unique, and as we launch into AM5, we wanted to create a broad range of choices to best meet every user's needs. As we go into AM5, we'll offer two classes of motherboards, the X series and the B series. The X series boards, which will be available in September, are built to be uncompromising, with the highest power delivery and overclocking headroom across CPU and memory, along with the most I/O across the board. While every X series board will offer PCIe 5 storage, X670 Extreme boards will enable PCIe 5 to graphics as well as storage slots on the board. We're also announcing our B series boards available in October, which strike the balance between enabling next generation technologies and great value for the end user. Just like the X series, you'll see
I don't think I'm going to need the Extreme
boards, which offer similar capabilities.
Are you going B or
PCIe 5 graphics and storage?
Alien.
X670 ATX non-Extreme.
Speaking of PCIe 5 for a minute, let's talk about one of the first technologies coming to market.
I need everything to be PCIe 5 though, GPU and M.2, and obviously
PCIe 5
RAM.
doubles the bandwidth
You interested in
for each
PCIe
layer on the board,
5
unlocking the
graphics?
capability to drive substantially higher read and write performance and faster access when working with large and complex files. Starting in November of this year, PCIe 5 storage devices will be available from a wide range of partners around the globe. One of the other key design decisions in our AM5 platform was memory selection. And here we wanted to design a platform not just for today, but one that's built for tomorrow. And that's why DDR5 is the memory solution on our AM5 platform.
October, yeah.
DDR4 memory has been a great technology choice for gamers and creators for the past 5+ years. But it's also a technology which has reached the end of its evolution.
The sweet spot for AMD.
First released in 2020, DDR5 picks up where DDR4 ends. With higher data rates to drive more bandwidth,
you know, those chips really do respond to that speed, though.
And a roadmap to quadruple or more capacity per DIMM. It's clear that DDR5 is the right choice today, and one that is built for the future
right now boots in
as the technology continues to mature over time.
Button to moving around.
Now we know that Ryzen enthusiasts love to overclock their memory.
I click my left mouse button
and the lowest memory latency
she wakes up
to maximize
quick.
game
She
performance.
boots up pretty darn quick too.
And that's why the AM5 platform is also being introduced with AMD Expo technology, or extended
AMD.
My current
Expo.
AMD build is faster than my Intel build.
Expo DIMMs enable one-click
prior to this was the one
DDR5
Intel
overclocking for Ryzen AM5 builds,
Memory
driving up to
overclocking
11%
profile.
faster gaming performance, lower latency down to 63 nanoseconds, and built on a standard that provides clear and open specifications to the end user so they know exactly what they're getting when they buy an Expo memory kit. As we launch into AM5, we expect to see over 15 Expo memory kits in market at launch, offered by the leading
6400
memory overclocking.
Oh
and
my
pushing the limits
God.
of DDR5 up to
That's just
6400 data
the
rates,
starting.
even
They're
as we
probably going to
first
go
enter the
faster.
market.
64.
Give it a year and
AM5
see what they
is
do.
The next generation of Ryzen, and it's a platform that we built for the future.
Char,
This
what's
year,
up?
we expect to see motherboards in market starting
Hey,
from
what's up?
$125 to offer an incredibly wide range of price points to meet every system
Board
build
start
need.
at 125.
We've built the platform around next generation technology,
Which is a
so that you
little
can build
different than in the
today
past where you can
and
pick them up for
upgrade as your needs grow
60s,
over time.
70s, and 80s.
And just like AM4, we're making a commitment to support the AM5 platform with new technologies and next generation architectures through at least 2025. I'm really excited about the next era of Ryzen desktops with AM5.
Look at him
Now let me bring
regaining his
Lisa back up on
composure.
stage to recap today's news.
GPUs.
All right. So thank you, David. We are so proud of what Ryzen 7000
She's all
CPUs
like
are
natural.
delivering
So like
on
this
all
is
of our
my
ambitious
natural
goals.
environment.
If you look at it, Ryzen 7000 delivers 11% faster single-threaded performance, 44% higher multi-threaded performance, and 47% more performance per watt than the competition. Now that you've seen everything that Ryzen 7000 series can do, I know you're all wondering about price and availability.
Yep.
Is that right?
Yep.
Okay,
I want my
starting at the top of the stack,
7900X.
16-core 7950X is $699. The 12-core 7900X
not that bad, man.
is $549. The 8-core
Its direct competition is going to be
$399, and the
$1,000
6-core
from Intel.
7600X is priced at $299.
Oh.
And all four of these will be on
Market.
shelf worldwide
I'm guessing
on
the direct
September
competition
27th.
that Intel releases at that price point will be $1,000.
September 27th, month away. 550.
Now, I mentioned earlier that it's a very exciting time for AMD as we bring 4 new architectures to market over the coming quarters. And while today was all about Ryzen 7000, of course, we know gamers are always interested in what's coming next. So for all the gamers out there, I'm very excited that we have one more update for you today. This is our next generation Radeon graphics card powered by our all-new RDNA 3 architecture. It's very pretty. By combining our most advanced gaming architecture with 5-nanometer chiplets, RDNA 3 GPUs will deliver more than 50% more performance per watt than our current generation Radeon GPUs. Crap. And it's currently running in our labs. The performance looks absolutely wonderful. And so for the first time ever, let's take a look at RDNA 3
Last
action
epoch at 60
with the
FPS
Ryzen 9
right there.
7950X.
Liza
So
P.
what you're seeing here is the highly anticipated title Liza P from our friends at NeoWiz.
That game
This game was a breakout hit at Gamescom earlier this month based on its incredible visuals and gameplay. And what you're seeing is 4K gameplay at ultra settings running on a pre-production RDNA 3 GPU. Just take a look at it a bit. It looks absolutely wonderful, doesn't it? Now, we are feeling great about how RDNA 3 looks in the labs, and I can't wait to tell you more about it when we launch later this year.
Oh, this year.
So let me wrap up here and say that we're so excited that you could join us today. Ryzen 7000 series is absolutely the world's first desktop processor in 5-nanometer. With the Zen 4 core, it's the fastest processor in the world for gaming and content creation. And with our new AM5 platform, it really brings the latest technologies for I/O and memory. It also brings our commitment for multi-year processor roadmap support and support through 2025 and beyond. So thank you to all the members of the press from around the world for joining us here in Austin today. We really appreciate it. And thank you to all of you who joined us online. It's been so much fun sharing with you how AMD and our partners continue to advance the PC experience. Thank you.
Every bit of that was good.
Yeah.
Like,
well, now.
and then there was darkness.
And then there was darkness.